Hi, everyone. My name is Eliza Bennett, and I'm so excited for all of you to see An American in Austen, which is part of Loveuary at Hallmark. I've been given a couple of questions that the Hallmark channel has sent my way, so I'm going to answer them for you. So let's get started. My first question is, this storyline takes a deeper dive into the literature of Jane Austen and Pride and Prejudice. How familiar am I with the Jane Austen books, and do I have a favorite? I would love to say I've read all of Jane Austen's books, but sadly I'm not that well educated. But I will say that the ones that I watched over and over when I was younger, I actually used to love Emma. I used to watch the Kate Beckinsale ITV version all the time. And then I love Sense and Sensibility and Pride and Prejudice. But it sounds like cliche because that's what our film is about. But I think Pride and Prejudice is my favorite just because I always loved the relationships between all the Bennett sisters. And there's also like multiple love stories happening in that one. But no, I really loved the focus of all the sisters, really. Okay, number 2. My character, Harriet, is wanting to experience love, just like the books in Jane Austen, and she wishes to meet Mr. Darcy. Can I share more about that storyline and what people can expect? Yes, so I think my character, Harriet, she's in the modern day times, and she has sort of put Mr. Darcy on this pedestal of like the perfect man, the Adonis, of who we should try and one day find a man just like Mr. Darcy. And I think when she gets thrown into the book, she sort of becomes face to face with Mr. Darcy and with this book that she's idolized so much. And I think it's like the grass is greener. I think than when your reality is stemming from your fantasy, you realize that actually all these people are real people and all of these people are flawed, and even Mr. Darcy is not a perfect man, and the perfect man doesn't necessarily exist. And so I think she gets challenged to sort of undo this big romantic fantasy that she's lived up to, and sort of examine that maybe she's actually the person that's got in the way of finding her sort of true love. Alongside that, she messes up the entire book, and we have to see whether she can put it back together, which is quite fun. Okay, question number 3. After Harriet is transported into the world of Pride and Prejudice, she soon discovers the reality of the novel isn't what she expected. How does she experience change by the character's perspective in finding love? I just talked about that a little bit now, but I think she has compared everyone to this man that she's never even met before. And I think she thinks she's going to have undeniable chemistry. And I think when she actually meets Mr. Darcy, although he is, attractive and brooding and all those things she thinks he's going to be, the reality is that there's moments where she's like, oh, that didn't feel like what I thought it was going to feel like, or he didn't say the perfect thing in that moment. And in reality, I think we're all flawed. And sometimes we build people up to be something that they're not, or we build up a situation to be something it's not. And so she actually has the gift of being forced to be face to face with that, and to have all of her sort of romantic fantasies challenged. And as a result, I think it starts to realize that the grass isn't always greener, and perhaps she needs to be watering her own grass a little bit better. So yeah. And number 4 question is, this is the first time I worked with Nicholas Bishop, who plays Mr. Darcy. How was it working with him on set, and is there a favorite scene I can share? Nick is incredible. I think from the moment I met, I just thought he was so funny, so smart, so kind, honestly. And we had a great time. We shot this in Bulgaria and Ireland, and it just makes all the difference, especially when you're shooting abroad or you're shooting away from home, where you're all sort of staying in a hotel together. Your relationships with the cast members is so pivotal to whether you're going to have a good time on a film. And he is just the loveliest. I adore him, and our scenes were so fun. He's truly one of the funniest people I've ever met. And so he sort of brings this like comedic flair to Mr. Darcy, which is, I think we haven't really seen him played like that before. And he sort of falls head over heels for Harriet, and a lot of that comedy between her knowing it isn't right and him pushing his agenda was really, really fun to play. And a couple of our library scenes were very fun, and I hope people will enjoy them because I love shooting them. Okay, next question 5. The dialogue in this movie is fun, as Harriet is a modern American woman trying to fit into a different time period. Can I share my experience on bringing my character to life? Yeah, it was definitely fun to play Harriet because, well, one, you know, a lot of people are playing these very iconic characters in the film. They're playing Jane Bennett or Mr. Bingley or Mr. Darcy. And so I kind of had this freedom where, you know, I didn't have to sort of be tied to honoring a character in the book, which kind of was fun because I got to sort of just like go into these famous iconic scenes and kind of like do whatever I wanted in them. Obviously I had words and dialogue to use, but a lot of the time we could ad lib things here and there, or if I thought an interaction was funny or I thought Caroline was being mean, I could make comments on that and ad lib, and that was just like, it's very, very fun to be able to just bounce off all these sort of incredible actors playing these iconic characters, and also because my character knows what's going to happen because she's read the book. And so a lot of the comedy is in the fact that she knows exactly what's coming before it comes. And so, yeah, I think people are going to enjoy that. Question number 6. The outfits Harriet gets to wear while she's in the 1800s are gorgeous. Do I have a favorite wardrobe piece that I wore in the movie? Wow, I think I have like 20 costume changes in the Regency era, part of the script, which was so fun. I mean, a nightmare for the costume department, but so fun for me. They're all quite uncomfortable, but when you put them on, you look in the mirror, you're like, oh, I mean, I just get to play dress up for a living. So that's so fun. I think my favorite dress is probably the red dress, which is what I wear in the Netherfield Ball. As I said, I have a lot of costume changes, and sometimes I only wear that dress for a day or a moment. So when I found a dress that I really, really loved, I fought to, you know, wear it in one of the scenes, or I could wear it for like 6 or 7 scenes. And that dress was it. It was one of the first ones that we tried on. And, you know, it's this great crimson red. And I remember the pictures of all my costume fitting got sent to the director. And that was the only one I wrote to them and was like, I love this one. And luckily, Veronica and Claire's the producer as well. They loved that one too. And they were like, this is our favorite. So we got to wear it for that ball. But yeah, I just felt amazing in that dress. Question number 7. Harriet gets the opportunity to live in the world of Pride and Prejudice. If I could choose any Jane Austen novel to be transported into, which one would it be and why? I mean, I'm not a Jane Austen expert, so I only really know Emma, Sense and Sensibility, and Pride and Prejudice. But I genuinely think Pride and Prejudice is so fun, in the same way that actually like Little Women is really a fun book, is because so much of the heart of that is about these women, about these sisters, and about this family. And filming it, like, it was so much fun. We had scenes where it was just like 8 women, and we had a female director and a female producer, and those days were so much fun. We laughed so much, and I think I choose Pride and Prejudice because I just get to be, you know, in a family with like 6 sisters. I think it's 6. I've probably got that wrong. But yeah, because that's what I loved about shooting it. So I feel like that's what I would love about being in that era, because sometimes there's nothing better than, you know, staying up in the middle of the night and all whispering. You know, those are my favorite memories growing up, is me and my sister like whispering at night, you know, when we thought our parents thought we were asleep and we thought we were being naughty. And so yeah, I feel like Pride and Prejudice because it's got the most sort of like female sisterhood in it. Okay, so they're going to make me play a rapid fire game. So here we go. I have to play a rapid fire game of this or that, inspired by American in Austen and Love Uary. Okay, number 1, live in a city or in the country. Do you know what? Right now, I'd probably say a city, but I do know in 10 years, I'm probably going to want to live in the country. But I did kind of grow up in the countryside, so I'm kind of craving my sort of city era now. But definitely retire in the country. So basically, I didn't choose one. Okay, city is what I'm saying for right now. Okay, next one is attend a ball or go to a tea party. Well, as you can tell, I'm English, so I feel like a tea party is a bit on the nose for me. and a little touristy. So I'd rather attend a ball because I've never been to one of those, and I have been to many a tea party. So attend a ball. Taxi or horse carriage ride? Taxi. And I know that sounds unromantic, but you get there quicker. It's less bumpy, and the sweet horses get to actually like hang out in a field instead of drag you around town. So past or future? Oh, that's so hard, because obviously we should choose present, but future probably, because you know I've already lived the past. Chocolates or flowers? Oh, I do love flowers, but probably chocolates. Could I have maybe chocolate shaped flowers? Would be nice. That would be a good combo, but no, probably chocolates. Okay, that was the rapid fire game, which wasn't very rapid because I took a long time to answer all the questions. Okay, wrapping up. I just want to remind you about American in Austen. Firstly, thank you for joining me, and I can't wait for you to watch it. The premiere of my new movie, it comes out Saturday, February the 17th at 8/7 Central, only on the Hallmark channel. So please tune in and watch An American in Austen then. And you can tweet along while you're watching using the hashtag An American in Austen. So I hope you love it, and thank you so much for joining me.